Good morning, my dear students. Welcome to online classes. As we all know, everything is locked down due to coronavirus pandemic. But the learning process cannot be stopped. Learning must go on. So, continue to this process. Today, we are going to study lesson 3 of English grammar. Students, this is your English grammar book for this session 2020-21. The name of the book is Grammatics, a text of English grammar for class 5 by Friends Publications. So students, let's start our lesson 3. The name of the lesson is Phrases and Clauses. In this lesson, we will learn and understand the concept of the new topics, phrases and clauses. We will also go through the definitions and the examples of phrases and clauses. Let's begin our topic phrase by reading these sentences. The boys were playing in the field. The boys were playing in the field. Sentence number 2 is, we will go out for a morning walk at sunrise. Sentence number 2 is, we will go out for a morning walk at sunrise. So students, in the above sentences, in the field and at sunrise are groups of words. They are group of words, but they do not make complete sense if they are used alone. Like if we say in the field or if we say at sunrise, these groups of words are incomplete. So students, are they making any sense? No, they do not make any sense. It means they depend on other words in the sentence to do so. It means that they depend on other words in the sentence to do so. So, such a group of words is known as a phrase. Okay? Now, students, the question raised, what is a phrase? The definition of phrase is, a phrase is a group of words without a subject and a predicate and makes an incomplete sense. So, a phrase is a group of words but without subject and predicate, and it is a group of words which make incomplete sense. Now students, here I want you all to recall what you learned in lesson 1. In lesson 1, you learn about sentence. So, what is sentence? A sentence is a group of words which are arranged in a particular order to convey a complete sense and a clear meaning. And you also read that a sentence always begins with capital letter and ends with an punctuation mark. And students, in lesson 2, you learn that all sentences can be separated into two main parts. These two parts are the subject and the predicate. Now, what is subject? The subject is that part of a sentence about which something is said. And what is predicate? The predicate is that part of a sentence which tells something about the subject. So, the predicate refers to the verb together with the rest of the sentence. Now coming back to the phrase again, a phrase is a group of words but makes an incomplete sense. And phrase is without a subject and a predicate. That means a phrase cannot be divided into subject and predicate like sentences. So students, what we come to know about phrase? We come to know that a phrase is a group of words without a subject and a predicate and makes an incomplete sense. So, phrase is a part of sentence and can be only complete with the help of other groups of words to give a proper meaning. Students, here are some of the examples of phrases to make your concept clear. The first example is, my brother is a good cricketer. So here, a good cricketer is underlined and this is a phrase. Why this is a phrase? Because this is a group of words with incomplete sense and without a subject and a predicate. And it is a part of sentence which needs some other words to complete a sentence to give a meaning to the sentence. So the next sentence is, my mother was wearing a diamond necklace. So here a diamond necklace is a phrase with no subject and no predicate, and this is a group of words which makes incomplete sense. Now the third example is, our school library is full of new books. So here full of new books is a phrase. Why it is phrase? Because it is a group of words with incomplete sense and it is a part of sentence. Okay students? Now students, look at these sentences. Sentence number 1, the baby who is smiling is mine. Sentence number 1 is, the baby who is smiling is mine. Now sentence number 2, the boy whom I met yesterday is my friend's brother. I am reading it once again. Sentence number 2, the boy whom I met yesterday is my friend's brother. Now students, in the above sentences, who is smiling has a subject, that is who, and a predicate also, that is smiling. So similarly, whom I met yesterday has a subject, that is I, and a predicate, that is met yesterday. So students, such a group of words with its own subject and predicate is known as a clause. Now students, the question is, what is a clause? The definition of clause is, a clause is a group of words which contains a subject and a predicate and is a part of sentence. What is a clause? A clause is a group of words which contains a subject and a predicate and is a part of sentence. Like phrase, clause is a group of words but it contains a subject and a predicate and it is a part of sentence. Okay? So students, here are some of the examples of clauses which help you to understand the concept of clause properly. Now, example of clauses. The first example is, Harry reached the station when the train had already left. Now students, in this sentence, when the train had already left is a clause and this is a part of sentence, and this has the train is subject and had already left is a predicate. So this is an example of clause. Now the example of clause, second example is the boy who rescued the child from drowning was rewarded. Now in this sentence, the clause is who rescued the child from drowning. And this is the example of clause because who is subject here and rescued the child from drowning is the predicate here. So this is a part of sentence which is having its own subject and predicate. Now the last example is Neha, who is very pretty, got married last week. So in this sentence, who is very pretty is example of clause, and this is a part of sentence, and who is subject here is very pretty is predicate here. So this part of clause is having its own subject and own predicate. So this is a clause because this is a group of words which has its own subject and predicate, and this is a part of sentence. Okay, students? Students, let's revise the main points of the lesson. Point number 1, a phrase is a group of words without a subject and a predicate and makes an incomplete sense. What is a phrase? A phrase is a group of words without a subject and a predicate and makes an incomplete sense. It is a part of sentence. Now point number 2, a clause is a group of words which contains a subject and a predicate and is a part of sentence. So what is a clause? A clause is a group of words which contains a subject and a predicate and is a part of sentence. Okay, students? Okay. Students, I hope you understood the lesson very well. And now you are able to answer the questions of exercises also, right? So let's begin with question A. So question A is write whether the underlined group of words is a phrase or a clause. Question A is write whether the underlined group of words is a phrase or a clause. So in this question, sentences are given, and in the sentence some of the words are underlined, and we have to identify these underlined words whether they are clause or phrase. So let's begin with number 1, sentence number 1. The sentence number 1 is the boy who was walking through the street heard a dog barking. The underlined words are who was walking through the street. Now students, you have to tell me, is it clause or is it phrase? Yes, it is clause. Why it is clause? Because these are group of words with subject and predicate. So here subject is who and predicate is was walking through the street. So this is clause. Sentence number 2 is the smiling baby made me feel happy. So smiling baby is underlined here. So this will be phrase or this will be clause. Yes, it is phrase. Why it is phrase? Because this is group of words but without subject and predicate. It gives incomplete sense. So this is phrase. Now sentence number 3. Do not believe all things said. Now here underlined words are all things said. So this will be phrase. Why it is phrase? Because these are group of words with incomplete sense and these words do not have any subject or predicate. So all things said is phrase, right? Now students, sentence number 4. Sentence number 4 is, he was showing off in his new car. So the underlined words are in his new car. So students, in his new car is a phrase or a clause? Yes, it is a phrase. Why it is phrase? Because this is a group of words with no subject and with no predicate. It is just a group of words with incomplete sense. Now next sentence, sentence number 5. I saw a peacock with beautiful feathers. Now here underlined words are with beautiful feathers. So students, with beautiful feathers is a group of words, but is it a phrase or is it a clause? Yes, it is also phrase. And why it is phrase? Because why it is phrase? Because this is group of words with no subject and no predicate. Okay. So the next sentence is sentence number 6. Although he was severely wounded, the soldier kept fighting till his last breath. Now here underlined words are although he was severely wounded. Now here students, these underlined words, although he was severely wounded, this group of words is a phrase or a clause. Tell me the answer students. Yes, it is clause. Why it is clause? Because we are talking about he. So here he is the subject and was severely wounded is a predicate. Yes. So this group of words is having subject and predicate both. So this is clause. Okay. Students, so the next question is question number B. Complete the following phrases and clauses by making meaningful sentences. Now students, here we are given some group of words that are phrases or clauses and we have to make meaningful sentences using these phrases or clauses. So starting with number 1, a wealthy man. A wealthy man is a phrase. So students, here we have to use this phrase and make a sentence. So the sentence is Ram is a wealthy man. Ram is a wealthy man. Number 2 is who was wearing a red shirt. Who was wearing a red shirt? This is a clause. How we can identify it? Because we are in this sentence, who is subject and was wearing a red shirt is predicate. But this is incomplete sentence. This is a part of sentence. So we have to make a sentence to make it complete. Now the answer is the boy who was wearing a red shirt is my brother. Answer is the boy who was wearing a red shirt is my brother. Number 3 is smiling face. So smiling face is a phrase. So we have to use this phrase in our sentence. And the sentence is, Krishna is having a smiling face. Krishna is having a smiling face. Students, now the fourth group of words is which is made of diamond. Which is made of diamond. So this is a clause and we have to use this clause in our sentence. So the sentence will be, Rahul had given me a ring which was made of diamond. The answer is, Rahul had given me a ring which was made of diamond. Now the next group of words is a blank page. A blank page is a phrase and we have to use this phrase in our sentence. So we are going to make a very simple sentence and the sentence is, I need a blank page. I need a blank page. And the last group of words is that is lying on the table. That is lying on the table is a clause. So we are going to use this clause in our sentence. And the answer is, the book that is lying on the table is mine. I am repeating the answer once again. The book that is lying on the table is mine. Okay students, I hope you all understood this exercises well. Students, I hope you all understood this lesson very well.
My dear students,
And if
thanks
there
for
is
watching
any
this
doubt,
video.
you can go through the
Students,
video
after
again
watching
and again.
each video of
Now
class
the
5th,
time for home
you have
assignment.
to write your name,
Number 1
class
is
and section
write
in the comment
question
box
A
of
and
YouTube
question
channel,
B in
so
your
that
copies
we could know
in very
how many
good
of the
cursive
students are
handwriting.
getting benefits
Students,
of the
you
online
have
classes.
to do your work
Okay?
in good
Thank
cursive
you.
handwriting
Have a nice
only.
day.